Welcome back LC Coins World. Today we have something truly exciting for you. The top 3 most valuable wheat pennies in the market right now. These little wheat pennies are fetching huge dollar values at auctions, and you might just have one sitting in your collection or pocket change, so make sure you watch till the end because one of these could make you a fortune. Let's get started. First up, the 1945 wheat penny without a mint, particularly in its rare black color shade condition. This coin is making waves in today's market with its impressive value in dollars. Let's explore why. First, let's take a step back to 1945. The world was emerging from World War I, and the United States Mint in Philadelphia was producing millions of wheat pennies. These coins featured the iconic image, the most iconic coins in American history, the 1945 Lincoln wheat penny. This beloved coin is more than just a piece of copper. It is a symbol of an era defined by resilience, patriotism, and transition. It represents the final years of World War II, the shift of the American economy, and the enduring legacy of one of the greatest figures in United States history, Abraham Lincoln. The Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909, designed by Victor David Brenner to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth, replacing the Indian head cent which had been in circulation since 1859. The obverse of the Lincoln cent features a right-facing portrait of Lincoln based on a photograph taken by Anthony Berger at Matthew Brady's studio during the Civil War, and its simplicity and grace captured the spirit of the man known as the Great Emancipator. The reverse of the Lincoln wheat penny, used from 1909 to 1958, features two stylized ears of durum wheat framing the inscriptions 1 cent and United States of America, with the Latin motto E pluribus unum above. This reverse design emphasizes strength and growth, ideals that resonated deeply with the American public during the early 20th century, especially as the country faced wars, economic upheavals, and rapid industrial change. The 1945 wheat penny continued this tradition, appearing at a time when the nation was still deeply engaged in the Second World War, and just months away from the end of that global conflict. Produced at 3 mints, Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, the 1945 wheat penny is noted for its high mintage figures, reflecting the economic boom and the need for coinage to support wartime production and post-war consumer spending. Philadelphia produced over 1 billion of these coins. Denver minted over 266 million, while San Francisco struck over 181 million, making the 1945 issue one of the most abundant of all Lincoln wheat pennies. Despite these high numbers, collectors prize certain examples for their condition, eye appeal, and unique minting characteristics. The Philadelphia issues carry no mint mark, while the Denver coins are distinguished by a small D beneath the date, and the San Francisco coins by an S mint mark. The composition of the 1945 Lincoln wheat penny is primarily bronze, consisting of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. This traditional composition was reinstated after a brief change in 1943 when the United States Mint produced pennies out of zinc-coated steel due to copper shortages during the war. By 1944, however, the need for steel pennies diminished and the mint returned to the bronze alloy for cent production. Some transitional eras from this period are highly sought after by collectors, though they are rare and mostly seen in the 1943 and 1944 issues rather than 1945. One key to understanding the 1945 Lincoln wheat penny is recognizing the context of its production. The nation was at the height of industrial output, and morale was bolstered by victories in Europe and the Pacific. Coins circulated rapidly, helping fuel the booming economy at home. Mint workers were under pressure to produce massive quantities of coins, and this sometimes resulted in coins with weak strikes, die cracks, repunched mint marks, and other minor errors. which today offer fascinating study opportunities for era collectors. The standard 1945 penny is common in circulated grades, but finding one in mint state, particularly with a full sharp strike and bright original red coloration, is far less easy, and these high-grade examples can command significant premiums. As for values, the typical circulated 1945 Lincoln wheat penny holds modest value, but pristine examples, especially those graded MS66 or higher by services like PCGS or NGC, are highly coveted. Red designation coins, meaning those retaining their original coppery red luster, are especially valuable compared to brown or red-brown examples. In fact, a superb gem 1945 penny with full mint red surfaces can sell for several $100s or more at major auctions, depending on its eye appeal and strike quality. Meanwhile, varieties such as doubled dies, off-center strikes, and repunched mint marks from the 1945 issue can further enhance value and collector interest. Throughout this 2-hour exploration, we will also cover the details of coin grading and how collectors can differentiate between the red, brown, and brown designations for the 1945 wheat penny. We will talk about historical events from 1945 and how they influenced coin collecting in America, including the end of World War II, the beginning of the baby boom, and the changes in American culture that made coin collecting a mainstream hobby. We will review how minting technology of the 1940s affected coin quality and consistency. We will also discuss the modern market for the 1945 wheat penny, including recent auction results, demand trends, and investment potential for collectors who seek historical coins with stable long-term value. Another aspect of this story includes the artistry behind Victor David Brenner's design and how his work on the Lincoln cent influenced generations of American coinage. Not only was the Lincoln wheat penny the first U.S. coin to feature a real person, but it also set a standard for future designs and remains beloved more than a century after its introduction. Brenner's initials, VDB, appear subtly beneath Lincoln's shoulder on the obverse of most coins issued after 1918, adding another layer of intrigue for collectors who appreciate the nuances of coin design and minting history. Collectors who specialize in wartime coinage will find the 1945 Lincoln wheat penny particularly meaningful because it serves as a tangible link to an era defined by sacrifice, perseverance, and ultimate victory. Coins like these tell stories far beyond their face value, carrying with them the hopes, fears, and dreams of a nation at a pivotal moment in its history, and they continue to spark the imagination of collectors today, inspiring both seasoned numismatists and new hobbyists to explore the rich tapestry of American history through its coinage. Stay tuned, because in the rest of this deep dive we will also explore famous collections featuring the 1945 Lincoln wheat penny, strategies for building a complete set of wheat pennies, tips for identifying high-grade examples in circulation or in coin rolls, and how to properly store and preserve your collection to maintain its value and beauty. We will hear from expert numismatists about why the 1945 issue remains a favorite and share fascinating anecdotes about the discovery of rare varieties and exceptional finds in everyday change. Whether you are a beginner or an experienced collector, there is always something new to learn and appreciate about the humble yet historic 1945 Lincoln wheat penny, here at LC Coins World, where every coin has a story and every story brings history to life. The composition of the 1957 Lincoln wheat penny is 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. This was the standard composition for pennies from 1909 to 1982, with the exception of the steel cents produced in 1943. Due to wartime shortages, the weight of the coin is 3.11 grams and its diameter is 19.05 millimeters, making it consistent with other Lincoln wheat pennies produced during this time period. The edge of the coin is smooth with no reading. The 1957 D. Lincoln wheat penny had a massive mintage with a total of 1,051,342,000 coins struck at the Denver Mint. This high production number makes it a relatively common coin, and, as a result, most circulated examples are only worth a few cents. However, high-grade examples, particularly those with full red luster and no significant marks, can be quite valuable, especially in mint state 67 and higher, where the rarity increases significantly despite the high mintage. Even though the 1957 D. Lincoln wheat penny is common, there are several varieties and errors that make certain examples more valuable to collectors. One of the most sought-after errors is the double die obverse, which occurs when the die strikes the coin twice at slightly different angles, creating a doubling effect on the inscriptions such as "Liberty, in God We Trust," or the date. While the 1957 D penny does not have as many dramatic double die varieties as some earlier years, there are still some minor double dies that collectors look for. Another interesting variety is the repunched mintmark, also known as RPM. This occurs when the D mintmark was struck multiple times in slightly different positions before the final strike, creating a doubled or sometimes even tripled mintmark effect. Additionally, some coins exhibit B die break errors, which appear as a small vertical line between the B and E in Liberty caused by a die crack. Other errors include off-center strikes where the design is shifted due to improper die alignment, and cut errors where part of the die breaks off, leaving a raised blob of metal on the coin. When it comes to grading the condition of a 1957 D. Lincoln wheat penny plays a significant role in its value. Circulated coins in grades G4 to VF30 are worth between 3 to 10 cents each, while those in higher circulated grades can fetch slightly more. In uncirculated condition, the value increases dramatically. MS60 to MS62 coins typically sell for around 50 cents to $1. MS63 red examples can be worth between $3 and $5. MS65 red examples are often valued at $15 to $30. MS66 red coins start to become rare and can fetch between $80 and $150. MS67 red coins are extremely rare and can sell for over $2,000 depending on the market demand and appeal. One of the reasons why the 1957 D. Lincoln wheat penny remains popular among collectors is its accessibility. This coin is easy to find in circulated condition, making it an excellent starting point for new collectors who want to own a piece of history without spending a lot of money at the same time. High-grade examples and rare errors provide advanced collectors with exciting opportunities to add valuable pieces to their collections. Additionally, the coin's status as one of the last wheat pennies makes it historically significant. The transition from the wheat penny to the Lincoln Memorial Reverse in 1959 marked the end of an era, and owning a late-date wheat penny like the 1957 D is a way to connect with that history. Beyond its numismatic value, the 1957 D. Lincoln wheat penny serves as a reminder of the United States during the late 1950s. As it was a time of optimism, economic growth, and cultural change. The country was experiencing the early stages of the space race, suburban expansion, and the rise of television as a dominant form of entertainment. Coins from this era, including the 1957 D. Lincoln wheat penny, circulated in the pockets of Americans who witnessed these changes firsthand. For collectors who enjoy searching for hidden treasures in coin rolls or bulk lots, the 1957 D. penny is a great candidate. Since billions were minted, it is possible to find and searched rolls where high-grade examples or rare errors might be hiding. Many collectors enjoy the thrill of roll hunting, looking through thousands of pennies in search of that one elusive double-die repunched mint mark or off-center strike. In conclusion, the 1957 D Lincoln Wheat penny is a fascinating coin with a rich history. Its status as one of the last wheat pennies makes it an important piece of numismatic heritage. The massive mintage makes it widely available, yet there are still rare and valuable varieties that attract serious collectors. Whether you are just starting your collection or you are an advanced collector searching for high-grade specimens, this coin has something to offer. Its connection to American history, its classic design, and its potential for rare errors and varieties all contribute to its enduring appeal. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1957 D Lincoln Wheat penny, be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more coin history videos here on LC Coins World. Stay tuned for more fascinating numismatic content. Today, we are diving into the incredible and historic journey of the 1944 Lincoln Wheat penny. This coin stands as a powerful symbol of American resilience, ingenuity, and transformation. Struck during one of the most pivotal years of the 20th century, the 1944 Lincoln Wheat penny is not just a piece of pocket change. It is a living artifact from a time when the world was still engulfed in the final stages of World War II, and the United States was positioning itself for post-war leadership and prosperity. The Lincoln Cent series began in 1909, designed by Victor David Brenner to commemorate the centennial of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. The obverse features Lincoln's bust inspired by a Civil War-era photograph, while the reverse, from 1909 until 1958, displayed two stylized ears of wheat surrounding the denomination and the inscription, United States of America, along with the Latin motto E pluribus unum When the 1944 wheat penny was minted, the nation was deeply focused on supporting the war effort. Every aspect of American life, including coin production, was influenced by the demands of wartime economies. An essential part of understanding the 1944 Lincoln Wheat penny is recognizing the composition changes that surrounded it in 1943. Due to critical copper shortages caused by the war, the United States Mint produced pennies made of zinc-coated steel, resulting in the famous steel cents. However, the steel cents proved problematic because they often rusted and was sometimes mistaken for dimes. In 1944, the mint returned to a copper-based composition, using recycled shell casings from the battlefields to produce pennies. This gives the 1944 wheat penny a unique historical significance, as these coins were literally forged from the remnants of war. The composition was approximately 95% copper and 5% zinc, with no tin, making the 1944 issue slightly different from pre-war bronze cents. The 1944 Lincoln Wheat penny was produced at three mints: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia coins carry no mint mark, while the Denver coins feature a small D beneath the date, and the San Francisco coins bear an S mint mark. Combined, the total mintage exceeded 2 billion coins, making the 1944 wheat penny one of the most prolific issues in U.S. coinage history. Despite the high mintage, however, certain variations and conditions can make specific 1944 wheat pennies highly desirable and valuable among collectors today. One particularly fascinating aspect of the 1944 wheat penny is the existence of notable errors and varieties. The most famous is the 1944 steel center, rare and valuable error that occurred when leftover steel plankets from 1943 were accidentally struck with the 1944 dies. Very few of these coins exist, and they are highly prized among collectors, with examples fetching tens of thousands of dollars at auction. Other notable varieties include repunched mint marks and double die obverses, which add layers of I. Day the liberation of Paris. the Battle of the Bulge and critical advances in the Pacific theater as American forces push toward victory. Every coin minted during that year carries the weight of that history and serves as a tangible link to a generation that faced extraordinary challenges with courage and determination. Collecting coins like the 1940 for wheat penny allows us to hold a piece of that history in our hands, connecting us to the stories of soldiers, workers, and citizens who contributed to the Allied victory. In this extended exploration, we will cover how to properly identify authentic 1944 wheat pennies, examine die markers and diagnostics for key varieties, and explore the art and science of coin conservation to preserve these historical artifacts for future generations. We will also look at market trends, recent auction results, and collector insights to better understand the investment potential of the 1940 for Lincoln wheat penny. Whether you are a casual collector or a serious numismatist, this journey through the world of the 1944 wheat penny promises to be both educational and inspiring. We will also dive into the fascinating world of wartime coin production policies, the role of the United States Mint during World War II, and the broader context of American coinage during times of national crisis. Understanding how the Mint adapted to the challenges of material shortages, public needs, and technological limitations provides a richer appreciation for the coins we collect today. The story of the 1940 for Lincoln wheat penny is more than just a story of mintage numbers and grading standards. It is a story about innovation, adaptation, and the enduring values that coins can represent. Stay with us as we explore how collectors can build a complete date and mint mark set of 1940 for Lincoln wheat pennies, how to spot high-grade examples in circulation, and what key indicators experts look for when assessing authenticity and value. We will also delve into the stories behind some of the greatest collections ever assembled, featuring the 1940 for wheat penny, including anecdotes about legendary finds in old coin jars, family heirlooms, and estate sales that have brought rare treasures to light. Throughout this video, we will highlight interviews with numismatists who specialize in Lincoln cents, share tips for beginners starting their collections, and offer practical advice on coin storage, protection, and long-term collection strategies. Whether you are drawn to the historical connections, the artistry of Victor David Brenner's design, or the thrill of discovering a rare era, the 1940 for Lincoln wheat penny offers something for every collector. Here at LC Coins World, every coin has a story, and today the story of the 1944 Lincoln wheat penny reminds us that even the smallest objects can carry the weight of history and the promise of discovery. So stay tuned and enjoy this deep and fascinating journey into the life and legacy of one of America's most iconic coins.